Good afternoon, everyone. It's really my pleasure to be here. And thank you, VP Mindrup. And of course, let me start by saying thank you so much to Congresswoman Bustos and her office. Her office staff are fabulous to work with, by the way. And so I thank you so much for really entrusting us with $400,000 in small business administration funding to support small businesses in our region. And we're grateful because this money is going to help us drive innovation and business success along the business ownership life cycle. And we intend to do this in three ways, as Congresswoman Bustos has suggested. We are going to promote new business startups through entrepreneurship training. We'll help existing businesses through procurement, and we'll encourage late-stage businesses to create business succession plans and exit strategies. The broader point here is about how do we nurture a sustainable Main Street economy. That's what we're trying to do here. Let me provide a few more details. For beginning businesses, we do have an existing small business development center on campus, which has already done really great work in our community. And so this money will help build on our existing successes. And we'll be expanding services in particular to reach out to minority, women, and immigrant communities. So one can imagine bilingual workshops, bilingual training materials, digital literacy in more than one language. That's what we want to focus on at the business startup stage. Secondly, procurement. And it turns out that in a place like the Quad Cities with the Rock Island Arsenal and many other governmental agencies, procurement is a big business. But it turns out that there are administrative hurdles for many of the smaller businesses. The large corporations can handle procurement, record keeping, making sure that you successfully manage an audit, for example, requests for qualifications. In a quest for transparency in the bidding process, we've created a jungle of paperwork. So this is all great, but for our smallest businesses, we need to have some help, and I think the money directed towards us by Congresswoman Bustos will allow us to hire a procurement technical assistant center business consultant so that we can specifically help existing businesses bid on government contracts, whether it's local, state, or federal government agencies. Third, we are going to help mature businesses create succession plans. As the Congresswoman mentioned, small businesses are the backbone of the Illinois economy, and I grew up in my father was and his brothers owned a family pharmacy, and so I understood what that really meant growing up in the household of a successful small business. And it's an important part of the small businesses are an important part of the Main Street economy. They're an important part of the Illinois, our well-being. The Congresswoman mentioned that there's 2.5 million small business employees. And so this is a remarkable number of people affected or made prosperous by small businesses. The challenge is that something better than 50% of these small businesses will be transferring hands in the next 15 years. And the question is, well, what will happen when those businesses transfer hands? Will there be a fair price for the person selling the business? Will the person buying the business have the relationship with the seller that they can come back on? If there's family co-ownership, what kind of challenges will that be? And if we want to have a business go from one generation to the next, it takes thoughtful planning, and that's one of the things we will be building on with the money directed towards us. How will we be doing this? Well, we'll be doing it in two ways. First of all, we'll be focusing on individual businesses selling to other individuals or sole proprietors, but we'll also be looking at community-supported enterprise. Sometimes, for example, grocery stores, very thin profit margins, they may not be able to actually find a new buyer if somebody wants to retire. And so we think that community-supported enterprise might also be a strategy if you have an anchor institution in your community that may otherwise go out of business. So, and one of the remarkable things is that in many ways, we were inspired to do this because we know that the Congresswoman herself has gone out into her district, having roundtable discussions with business leaders and economic developers asking, well, what are the important issues affecting the Main Street economy? And I think business succession planning was one of the top issues. And she co-sponsored some legislation, I think it's going to the SBA, that is going to really focus on this important part of our economy, successfully allowing the transition of successful businesses from one owner to the next, and in doing so, we retain employees who might, if it's not a successful transfer, employees can get laid off, businesses can close, and we often think about many successful business people, their store or business assets, in fact, are a significant part of their retirement. And so if they don't get a fair price for that, then they can be impoverished as well. So there's a number of reasons why business succession planning is so important. We'll be doing some online business succession planning, developing a toolkit. We'll be doing some train-the-trainer programs, and of course hosting business succession planning workshops. And so just to recap, we'll be starting new businesses through entrepreneurship training. We'll be helping existing businesses enter new markets through procurement, and we'll be encouraging late-stage businesses to create business succession plans. And as I conclude my remarks, I just want to say thank you to several entities across the region that helped us as we were developing our proposal and wrote letters of support. And these individuals and organizations include the Quad Cities Chamber of Commerce, so thank you very much. The Knox County Partnership, I hear you're going down to Galesburg later this afternoon. So Ken Springer in Knox County has been very supportive. Elevate Illinois, Janet Mathis, I believe, used to direct Renew Moline. She was supportive. Northwest Illinois Economic Development, Whiteside County Economic Development, and State Senator Neil Anderson. And then my final, I guess I have 3 more thank yous. I keep on thinking I'm near the end. But I do want to acknowledge my Small Business Development Center colleagues. And I see Jim Boyd, Ann Fredericks, and Maria Ramos. I wouldn't have tackled and proposed this kind of a project without knowing that I had really fabulous colleagues, and I do. So I thank you. And then thank you, President Wong, for your support. And again, thanks to Congresswoman Bustos. We're really very grateful. So thank you very much.